What's up, everybody? Back for another beer review, and today I'm reviewing a beer from Brouwerij Rodenbach, and they are out of Belgium, and this is their Alexander. So this is a Flanders Red Ale that is macerated with juice from sour cherries and also aged in oak foeders, and it comes in at 5.6% alcohol by volume, no IBUs listed in time of review. This bottle is approximately 7.5 months old. So, this is an interesting beer because this used to be, I believe, a yearly release, and sometime in 2018 they changed this to a year-round offering. It used to be only available, as far as I recall, in 750 milliliter bottles. Now they're in these 11.2 fluid ounce, I believe 331s or 330s. And I grabbed this because I was like, you know what? I like what Rodenbach has done in the past, from the things that I've tried, from their Grand Cru to their Classic. And one of my favorite sour ales of all time, period, is their Caricature Rouge, which is just an absolutely amazing sour. If you ever have the chance to grab that one, do so. I believe right now, as of this review, it's still available in Ontario, and I believe it's $8.75 Canadian, $8.75 Canadian for a bottle of it. This is going to be posted, I believe, after the 2019 Albino Rhino Beer Festival, but when I go up there, I'm going to go to the LCBO and definitely see if I can grab a couple bottles of that. Hopefully it's still available, because for $8.75 Canadian, that's a killer deal. Anyway, this beer says Rodenbach Alexander is based on Rodenbach Grand Cru, which is then macerated with juice from sour cherries. This fruit ale is characterized by unique, and I talked about tasting notes. So the base of this, or basically a huge part of this, is their Grand Cru, which is delicious. It also says contains barley and 6.5% cherry juice from concentrate. So yeah, anyway, I've been wanting to try this one for a while. Finally get a chance to do so. Let's crack this open, get in the glass. Yeah, that's looking like a Flanders. Oh, that looks beautiful. Honestly, it really does. That looks like a beautiful beer. Throw this over here. Throw the cap over here. Oh, everything's beautiful, except for this foil here. Take the foil, put it off camera. Can't have the foil on here. I mean, we could, but anyway, yeah, that pours out like a really nice Flanders red, but it definitely has, hints of like, it's going to probably come off as red on camera, like a deep mahogany or something, but in person, you can definitely tell this is like a Flanders red, but it has, like some hints of like the redness you would get from a cherry. It has about a finger of a light tan head, relatively creamy looking, tight compact bubbles, medium size, I'd say. So looks pretty nice. Let's get a nose on this one. Oh yeah, that smells delicious. So first off, yeah, that cherry juice screaming off the top. Oh yeah, tons of like just straight on sour. I've mentioned this before in a lot of beers that I've reviewed with cherries in it. This actually has a really nice tart cherry juice aroma. I have consumed a lot of tart cherry juice in my life, and it is delicious, and it helps with like inflammation in the body and whatnot, but taste alone, it just has a super like tart cherry component to it, because that's what it is, and this is what I'm getting on the nose here. Underneath it though, there's like a little bit of like balsamic vinegar thing going on. A little bit of oaky, oak tannins, a little bit of just oak character from the foeders themselves. Also some vanilla. Definitely smells like it's gonna be more tart than sour. A little bit of brown sugar in here as well. Yeah, in addition to like that tart cherry juice, we get like sweeter, like dark cherries, things like that. A little bit of like plums, dates. Yeah, man, it smells super complex. I could probably go back every single time for a whiff of this and just pick out something else. It smells like it's gonna be complex, refreshing, and fucking delicious. So let's get into it. Cheers, everybody. Yeah, Rodenbach knows what they're doing. Yeah, they do. They just fucking do. This is fucking delicious. Like, this is absolutely delicious. Tons of tart, but yet sweeter cherry. It definitely has that tart cherry juice vibe that I was talking about. Right up front, you get hit with like a sweet blast of cherries. Passes through the palate, a little bit of that like vinegar component, balsamic vinegar. There's a decent amount of, I'd say full-on tartness here, not straight sour, but tart throughout the entire palate. But that cherry hits you right up front. As it passes through the palate, a little bit of brown sugar comes to the forefront, a little bit of vanilla, a little bit of the oaky, just like, you know, characteristics in general. It finishes with a semi-dry finish, some of that oak tannin, and then you get a little pop of the sweetness on the back end. 5.6%. This drink's like lower side of medium to full-on medium body, so it's appropriate. The mouthfeel, very effervescent. There's a lot of carbonation here, but whereas you're hit with the carbonation up front, it kind of fades into like a nice, like smooth character on the back end. Super drinkable. I don't, you know, a lot of people say super drinkable and it sounds fucking stupid. What I mean when I say super drinkable is that I'm having no problem throwing this back. And based on the characters of the beer, how this beer finishes from a sweetness and dryness and like bitterness perspective and whatnot, I could drink multiple bottles of this. It would be absolutely, you know, just super refreshing. I would say this leans more towards complex than refreshing. Like, I don't know, this would not be like a poolside beer per se, but it could be. That's the thing about this, it could be. I've been just, you know, rolling with this photo just hanging off the side here, probably looking stupid, but what can I say about this beer? You get, you know, characteristics from the Grand Cru in here. You know, like that balsamic vinegar, some of the sweeter, darker fruits, and the vanilla, the oakiness and whatnot. But that tart cherry just adds a nuance and a complexity to this beer, kind of kicks it up a notch. Yeah, this is delicious. If you can get this, and at this point, Rodenbach, again, this is year-round. If you can get your hands on this, just grab a bottle, grab a 4-pack. If you like cherries, if you like tart and sweet cherries, grab this one. It has a real cherry component. Doesn't taste fake. It doesn't taste candied. It's real. And there's a complexity here that you could probably sip on this for a good half an hour, 45 minutes, and just keep on bringing out nuances of certain fruits and certain characteristics that weren't there, you know, 10 minutes beforehand. This is delicious. You know, Rodenbach just knows what they're doing. I am going to definitely seek out the Caricature Rouge because I want to review that one. Never reviewed it. I've just had it before, and that beer used to be in $7.50s in the States and be like $25-30. So to get it for $8.75, I don't care what size the bottle is. I still think it's a $7.50. I'm gonna buy that and drink the shit out of it. But whatever. That's that beer. This beer. So Alexander. This was bottled in on September 27th, 2018. So again, like I said, 7.5 months old at time of review. The rating on this one, I guess you could call it the 2018 vintage. Low 4.75 out of 5. I'd go 4.7. 4.7 out of 5. Holy shit, that's a high rating. I did not think that this was going to blow me away like this, but it's just super well made. The knocks on this one are that it has complexity and it's a great beer, but I don't think it approaches the 5 out of 5 just like mind-blowing beer, but it's absolutely delicious and I really can't find many faults with this, if any, and it deserves a 4.75 out of 5. It's fucking delicious. So Alexander Rodenbach, 4.7 out of 5, all day, every day, delicious beer. If you've had this one before, let me know what you think about it. If you haven't and you like cherries, seek it out. This is delicious. It's not overly sour. It's not even super tart. It has a great balance of sweetness, tartness, dryness. It's just awesome. Anyway, appreciate everybody stopping by for another beer review here on the Beer Patrol. To the next one. Cheers.